What a game! It happened again. It happened again.
Everton are so shit.
Go.
Everton look brilliant.
Mate, up until what's the guy's name? Calvert-Lewin missed that.
Mate, why is he
absolute
taking
sitter.
so long?
The Football Drop Podcast.
Hello. Welcome to the Football Job Podcast. And if you heard anything before me speak, then that is brilliant.
How are you, mate?
I'm really good. I don't know what happened, whether that would have been on camera, or on
It
film,
didn't work
or on
on
record,
mine.
or anything like that.
I had one on mine still on the countdown.
Yeah, so did I. That's good. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Yeah, not too bad, mate. We've been up to. How's your week been?
I've been getting baby stuff ready. So we're setting up like the pram and stuff today, which has been quite fun. Got the baby seat in. Obviously got a couple of weeks and stuff yet, but we're just getting ready to rock and roll.
Nice.
So
Have
very
you got a dog?
exciting. No, it's dogs outside. They're incredibly loud, aren't they? So apologies. for
Yeah,
that,
I
listeners.
can.
Yeah.
I have heard quite a lot of stuff from your end of the microphone today that has not been pleasant.
No, my bad. It's a good microphone, though, isn't it? Clearly.
It's a good microphone. It picks up stuff when you're not even in the room.
They're technically 3 rooms away, so that's pretty impressive.
It's not bad.
It's in your house, isn't it? How you doing, my man? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Not too bad. Not too bad.
It is Sunday.
Oh, where you going?
It's
I
Sunday.
think it's caught his attention.
No, it's Sunday. And I just wanted to show everybody our shirt.
Yeah, very good, very nice.
So this has made my Sunday. An Atletico Madrid, our Man v Fat shirts. And
that's
of
mine.
course, Will has got
Okay.
the best number in the house.
Yes, I have. We must shout out from Carl from The Terrace, who has supplied those shirts.
Yeah, massive shout to the Terrace. Absolutely brilliant. Really sorted us out, which has been fantastic. Absolutely buzzing with these. Absolutely buzzing. So that's what I was doing. I was just getting really excited because I've never had a football shirt in my life. That's like mine, like custom. And obviously for everyone, they can see mine as well.
Swell. There you go.
One.
But
Yes,
what
very
really
happy.
makes me laugh is you can see, I literally saw the light bulb go, and then you was like instantly, right, yeah, I've got to show off my new shirt. I've got to do it. It's like a little
so
kid.
excited. Yeah,
It's like
genuinely
watching
so
Jack
excited.
at Christmas.
Except Jack, if I was Jack, it looks like I've eaten about 8 of Jack.
Yeah.
Jack's got a better beard than me, to be fair.
That isn't hard. Your beard is really, really coming along now, isn't it?
I haven't really been growing it, to be honest.
Oh, have you not? Oh, it looks really long.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Are we ready for
Let's
the
go into
baby?
football. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
As ready as you'll ever be.
As ready. Yeah, I think as ready can be. I think, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how's the diet going?
I had a pizza last night. Other than that, I've been under calories, which is good.
Good,
I
well
haven't
done.
stepped on the scales. I'm a bit scared to jump on the scales. I can't do any work tomorrow because I'm out and about. So part of me is really hoping that I don't make it in time for the match.
Right.
So I don't let us down if I am over because I can't sweat it out all day.
No.
I can't just be like, do you know what? I've got half an hour between calls. I'm going to go 15 minutes in the gym, get a sweatsuit on. I can't do that. So I'm a little bit nervous, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. What about you? Diet going well?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. We had a Chinese Friday night,
Ooh.
but like it wasn't like a bad one. I just like, I love satay sauce, so I just have a chow mein and a satay sauce. That's all I need, and that'll do me. But I've just had a roast dinner.
Right.
Banging roast dinner. Pork, mate.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
Now, I know this is probably really boring for most people, but have you ever done pork in the air fryer?
No, they tell you not to.
Oh,
Is it good?
Who tells you not to?
Gordon Ramsay says not do it. Don't do it. It's not good for it.
Mate, my crackling was the best crackling I've ever made.
Oh, mate, crackling's the best part. The best
Yeah,
part.
100%. It was incredible today. I'd smashed it.
Very nice. Very jealous.
Yeah,
got casserole
it was
for
good.
dinner.
Oh, what one?
Sausage.
Sausage casserole. That is the
Sausage
worst of all
casserole.
the casseroles.
Well, luckily you're not round for dinner then, eh?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm a bit funny when it comes to sausage. I only really like it in the morning.
Yeah, we know. We've heard. We have heard.
Yeah.
Should we
That
move on to
sounded
the
better.
football? Because there's quite a lot
Yeah.
of football to talk about.
Okay, all right, let's go.
Manchester City,
City.
115 charges. Starts in about 14 and a half hours' time. 9 a.m. Monday morning, the court hearing begins.
It does. Pep's quite pleased about it because he thinks that it's putting a bit of a dampener on him. I don't really. It feels like it's been rushed because
Yeah.
like the Premier League was saying, yeah, no, actually, we're years away, and then it was a bit like, this isn't really fair. So can you hurry it up? Oh, all right, then we'll do it Monday. Wait, what?
Yeah, I do agree, and I'm a little bit worried that this is just going to fall flat on its face, and they're going to get away with it completely scot-free.
I guess it depends on if they've done anything wrong. You would have thought that the Premier League would have had enough time to have put a case together and then brought it to, I'm going to say trial. I don't think it is trial, but do you know what I mean? So they must have their case sorted, surely.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. But I think this is going to be absolutely historic from the Premier League, or it has the potential to be for sure.
It's got to be. If
That's
they're
a lot of
found
charges.
guilty, if they're found guilty, it's got to be. Even if they're found guilty on some, because we know what happened with Everton and Forest last season.
Yeah,
So,
true.
and obviously Leicester escaped charges, didn't they, earlier on in the season? They got through on a bit of a loophole, though, didn't they?
They changed their financial accounting dates, didn't they, from end of May to the end of June or something?
Well, they said that
So
it
it's the end of the
wasn't.
football year, then, isn't it?
They said that it wasn't the period of time that they were talking about wasn't within the time that they were in the Premier League. Therefore, it
Yes.
shouldn't count.
Yes, because their Premier League date was like June the 11th or something, wasn't it? And their accounts run until the end of June. And
Something
in
like
that
that,
transfer, in that time period or something, they sold something or made whatever it was. The Premier League are powerless because they rescinded their membership.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Very clever move.
Yeah, really, really good
Very
for Leicester.
move.
Fair play. And City are going to
Very.
have something like that up their sleeves. They are going to have the best legal team
Of course they are.
in the world. If they get away with it and they've done nothing wrong, then absolutely fine. If not, then that's when it becomes a problem, isn't it?
But it's not often proving that you've not done something wrong. It's they've got to prove you've not done it wrong. Sorry, the Premier League got to prove that you have done it wrong. Sorry, they don't have to prove they haven't.
You just said the same thing 3 times.
No.
Yeah,
Premier
you just
League-
worded it different. That's what I said. The Premier League have got to prove that they did something wrong. And then you said, no, they've got to prove they did something wrong. I mean, no, the Premier League have got to prove they did something wrong. You said the same thing 3 times.
I said they as in like Man City, and I didn't mean that. Man City
Right.
don't have to prove that that they're not guilty. The Premier League got to prove that they are guilty.
Oh, I'm glad
They're
you
just-
clarified that now because I
Yeah.
wasn't sure from the last 4 times we said it. So just to confirm, what is it?
Dear. I don't know anymore. I'm lost. I'm absolutely lost. Oh, God. What a day. It's only 20 to 7. Jesus Christ.
That's brilliant.
I've been awake for 2 weeks.
You're fucking slaughtered over there.
But yeah, I think it could be absolutely historic. This could be a landmark for the Prem in terms of how the financial accounting and the rulings behind it all go forward.
Yeah, I 100% agree. We'll keep an eye on it, obviously, and we'll talk about it. Maybe on our Friday episode, we can sort of just do a bit of an update on it, a bit of a roundup before we do our predictions.
Yes, sounds good to me. What else is on the agenda?
On the agenda reveal, okay, so I just wanted to talk about regulators in English football. So there's been a lot of hype about that, especially with yourself, who is heavily involved in that and is a firm believer in regulators within football for financial measures to help sort of some of the lower league teams, grassroots football, that sort of thing. So this regulator was it approved by Labour?
Yeah, I think it's been approved. It was approved by Conservatives originally. And then the bill was going to Parliament, and obviously then they called the election, so it got put on the back burner. But the Labour government want to continue with it, with
Right,
amendments, but they want to continue with it.
So because a government will put in a regulator which will be separate from the FA, that will mean that the government is interfering in football in the UK, in England, which will mean that England may not be allowed to play in the Euros that they are hosting.
Yeah, potentially. I don't think that can realistically that won't happen because the government aren't interfering as such. They're just putting in, there's another regulating body. It's nothing to do with the government. It's completely independent. The government have no influence or sway on it for it to look after the club. So it works kind of with the FA rather than with it's not with the government or anything. So the government aren't interfering. They're
But
just
the government are
ensuring
putting it in place.
it has to be approved by government for it to be a body as such, but they're not
approved by the
interfering with
FA.
it. I think the FA still have sway on it, I believe. But
It's not approved by the FA. It will be independent of the FA, which is the problem. That the FA, English FA, have to work in conjunction with somebody else. It has to be them that's doing it.
Yeah, so it's all very, very confusing.
But how would you feel though if England aren't in the Euros?
You can't. It can't ever happen.
The ultimate, isn't it? It's the ultimate two fingers up to the regulators, really. And they've had that all along, haven't they? You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very unlikely that England will be banned from the Euros, let's be honest. The amount of money that it's going to make UEFA, the FA and stuff like that from hosting another tournament here, it's going to be ridiculous. We've got all the stadium here, apart from the one over in Ireland, which is just ridiculous.
The Aviva Stadium?
No, there's another one in, I think it's the Republic of Ireland it's in, and it's there.
What? That's where the Aviva Stadium is.
It might be Northern Ireland. There's one. I can't remember. But there's one stadium that's basically been abandoned for the last 20 years. And they're going to spend loads of money doing it up.
It's in Belfast, yeah.
Yeah, I just said one.
They're not. Is
that been scrapped now? Oh, is it?
Yeah, they can do. Yeah.
Oh,
£1 billion it was going to cost to refurbish it.
That's ridiculous.
Castlereagh Stadium, something that I can't think what it was called.
Yeah, I can't
something
remember.
like that.
Mad. It's a proper weird one. When you've got all these world-class stadiums across the UK.
Are you clicking a pen? Don't click it.
Oh, no, I don't know what it is.
It sounded like a pen. I was like, oh, God, that's annoying.
No. Don't know what that is.
Ben puts his pen down.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's annoying, isn't it?
No, I haven't got anything. It genuinely wasn't. Yeah, but you can't have that as the Euros. It just won't ever happen. England is such a big team and a big part of that. It won't happen.
Well, there will be a big part of it because they'll be hosts. But yeah, 2028. Looking forward to that. Right. I want to talk a little bit about Neymar Jr. Okay, so he obviously left PSG for Al Ali.
What was that? 3 years ago now? 4 years ago?
No, it was only last year. He's only done a season there.
Was it? God, it feels like so much longer.
Right, so you've had a kid, mate.
Wow.
No, it was only last season. So he left, right? So he was going to be earning 150 million euros, roughly 130 million pounds a year in Saudi Arabia, right? So that's how much he's going to be earning, which is less. I'm just going to put it straight. That's a fucking lot of money, right?
That's a bucket load of money.
He played 5 games and then did his ACL.
Wow.
He's going to be out until January of this year. Sorry, of next year, not this year, because that's gone.
What's he been doing for the last 8 months?
He's out until January of next year. Wow. And then he'll have roughly 3-4 months of playing time in Saudi Arabia. Because he only signed a 2-year contract, he will then be eligible to sign a contract for another team for free. So Al Ali,
that's insane,
have spent for 2 years, so 300 million euros. They agreed the fee for 90 million euros. So that's basically, let's call it 400 million euros just for ease, on a player who's played 5 games and then however many games he plays. He might sign a new contract. You never know. But I could just see him fucking back off to Brazil.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? Made a killing.
I would. I'd try and come back into Europe, to be honest. I'd be like, right, who
just about to say, Turkish or a Greek team will go in for him.
Oh, yeah. Turkish team would.
100%. For like a £7.9 million fee or something. They'll pay him
Mourinho
like
would be
12
well up
grand
for
a
it.
week, and he'll somehow go, yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Insane. He has done a bit of a job there. That's the risk, isn't
That's
it,
mental.
for these clubs? You know, it's similar in America.
Yeah.
That
Especially
there's-
older players.
Yeah,
Mm.
because he just I say that Messi he's played the first game of the season in the MLS, but he did score two, so a bit different.
It's insane. He's just still so good for that league, especially.
Unbelievable, yeah. Now, Ben, I'm
Yes,
going to move
Will.
on. I don't know if you know anything. I don't know if you know this.
Probably not.
North London forever.
North London
Yeah.
is red.
North London is red.
Boom!
But Bentancur, who plays for Tottenham in North London, he got charged earlier in the week for his racial slur against Son, which is his teammate. Now, obviously, we won't go into too much of what he said, but Son has kind of laughed it off, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I don't know why. Because obviously this has happened at Chelsea, isn't it, as well? Very similar situation.
Yeah, with Enzo
And
the
that
French
caused a bit
player.
of frostiness. Surely
Yeah.
I think they're just lucky that Son is obviously the most laid-back guy in football.
Yeah, he's just the nicest
Son
guy.
is Reece. Always happy, no matter what, just happy to be part of it, happy to be there.
Yeah.
But
Fair
I
shout.
would not
Fair
be
shout.
happy.
No, it was a weird one. And Bentancur played today, as we'll talk about. Didn't do such a bad job. Played with Son. They linked up quite nicely a couple of times. So all looks like it's good there, which is good. See, I heard that quite well for Andros Townsend as well.
Yes, mate, that whole situation was awkward as hell, wasn't it, for quite a while?
It was so weird. He left Luton to go to Antalyaspor in Turkey, but they had a ban on transfers given to them. And I think it's quite laid back in Turkey because they had a few hours to sign Andros Townsend before the ban came into place. And they didn't manage to get it done in time. And
They're
so
having a siesta.
he's flown out from Luton Airport, I assume, into Antalya, been like, great, this is fucking nice. It's one of the biggest cities in Turkey. It's right by the sea, beautiful. Was literally there a few weeks ago. Very nice. And he's like, right, I'm going to play some football here in the sun, cracking.
Yeah.
And then they get this transfer ban. He's not allowed to play. So he says, all right, I'll go back to Luton. Then they say, you ain't our player. And he's like, oh,
What?
I'm not their player. Well, you can't come back. We've got their money. You can't play for us. You're not registered to us anymore. You're registered
So
to them.
they had paid. They'd actually paid the transfer fee.
Yeah. The deal was about to go through. The deal was going through.
Right.
And then Antalyaspor like, yeah, don't worry. We're going to get it all sorted. You stay here. We'll sort you out. Don't worry. And then he's playing, right? He's not playing, so he's training on his own for a month. And then finally, Antalyaspor are able to get it through. But can you just imagine, right? You're out in Turkey. Luton have said they don't want you. Antalyaspor have said they can't sign you. You're just sitting there like, shit, the transfer window's shut. What the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah, you're screwed. Well, I suppose at least they were paying for him, and he was just chilling in the sun.
Well, yeah, quite. Yeah, I guess now he's sort of
Not
looking
too
back
bad.
going, shit, I wish I'd have made a bit more of an advantage of that. I could
Just
have.
like COVID
I
all
could have-
over again.
Well, yeah. He was probably thinking, I could have hit that fucking all-inclusive bar so much harder than I did.
Mate, imagine those all-you-can-eat buffets. Yes.
Oh, mate, the Turkish kebabs. Oh, heaven.
Should we do the podcast from Turkey?
Mate, I'm up for it.
I'm up for it. I love a Turkish kebab.
This
This is not the first time we've spoken about Turkish kebabs on this podcast, which is really weird. This is
Mate.
the third time now we've spoken about Turkish kebabs on this pod.
This isn't the first time we've spoken about food on this pod today.
The Food Drop Podcast.
I fucking love that.
We can still keep it as FDP, just
Yeah,
change things.
we ain't got to rebrand nothing.
Mate, we can change the microphone. There's a little pitch there. Maybe we could just have like a pork joint or something.
I reckon we just turn it into a chef's hat.
Yeah.
I know.
What a great idea. I know what I'm doing tonight on Canva. So, Will, what do you think of this one? I've got the Instagram handle, I've got the Twitter handle, they're all sorted.
Mate, probably. I thought of a competition and I've got the trophy.
24-hour delivery, bosh. It'll be here before football for you. Pick it up in a porch.
The competition is see who can cook the best meal in my kitchen tonight.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, what? Nora won. Well out of order.
Who can cook the best sausage casserole? Anyway, right. So last bit of news. It's a bit of news that is a bit bittersweet for me because I really did love this guy once upon a time and then quickly didn't like this guy. But so Robin van Persie is a manager of Herenveen in the Dutch league.
Oh, is he?
And they had he had his first game today against AZ Alkmaar. And they lost 9-1.
Sorry, 9-1?
9.
Wow. Wow. You've got to be shit.
Well, he said that he's not the next guy. I'm not too worried, actually. Okay.
How can you not be worried? You've just lost 9-1, mate.
9-1. You should be more worried than Sean fucking Dyche, who's just been given like the thumbs up from the owners. Yeah, you're safe.
He's got 2 games. What happens? You know that you've got a couple of games where you're out the door, mate. Laters.
Yeah. Southampton didn't come soon enough for Eric Ten Hag, did it? After he got the nod of approval. So that was just a bit of
bad.
funny
That's
news.
insane.
Shall we move on to the Premier League?
Riz. Got him. Where are we at?
Okay, you're just typing away. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was just putting a
He's still
breaker in
with us.
for us. Putting the
He's still with
audio
us.
break in. Putting the audio break.
He's still with us. It's okay. He's still with us.
Still
right.
here.
Okay, so should we start with the early kickoff, which was Manchester United, Southampton, or Southampton?
So
Manchester
Southampton versus Manchester United.
0-3.
0-3. 0-3. So I haven't watched this on Match of the Day. I haven't managed to get through it yet. But Mazraoui, from what I've seen, had a decent game. 6 points.
Mazraoui.
Yeah.
6 points.
6 points on the old FPL. So he must have had a decent game.
Oh, mate, I was so confused.
It doesn't take much, but yeah. Good 3-0 win. Rashford finally scoring.
Yeah, really good goal as well, actually. Really neat little finish, that. Interestingly,
the finish was good.
Yeah, they dropped Casemiro, interestingly, for the game.
I'm sure.
Went with Christian Eriksen, which I thought was slightly controversial. Hasn't really been there. And obviously, with Casemiro at fault for the 2 goals the other week, I thought that was quite interesting.
I think it's inevitable, though, isn't it? Because he wasn't just bad. He was extremely bad.
Yeah, he was. But he came on for Delict towards the end of the game. But yeah, I just thought that was quite interesting. But yeah, as you say, Ahmad is really good. I do think that Diallo is pretty solid.
I think he's going to have a similar season to what Garnacho did last season.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And actually, he's kind of taken his place now because he seems quite keen to stay with Rashford, who, as you know, who scored really nice goal. Garnacho replaced him, and he scored again, really nice goal. So
Mate, that Garnacho goal, it wasn't just a good finish. It was that little play down that side as well to keep it in and then cross it back. I thought that was a really good an overlapping run to get that through.
Yeah. They did put together a good performance. I felt that Southampton were very poor. I mean, Stevens to get sent off for quite a bad challenge was just silly, really. So, yeah. Sorry, I just got a cat who's deciding to bite me now. Go away.
Yeah, I just heard. I think Southampton are going to really struggle this season.
They already are.
They're 4 games, 0 points. Was it -10 goal difference down, I think? Something like that. And they just don't look like they're playing well.
The most random questions you ask me. They're a -10 goal difference, I think, actually. I remembered the table. Jesus.
I wasn't asking you to check, but I do think because they're constantly trying to play out from the back, and it's not working. It just gives me Burnley vibes all over again here.
Do you know? Well, yeah, quite right. And actually, Ramsdale was pretty shit in a similar way to Muric was last season. But what was quite interesting, Match of the Day, I don't know if you caught it, but they did a piece on Ederson, that Manchester City's goalkeeper, and the way he.
Thanks for clarifying.
It wasn't necessarily for you.
I'll just speak on behalf of all listeners. Like they don't know Ederson is Man City's goalie, so that's
Yeah, so they were doing a little piece on him and about how he knows when to go long, knows when to go short. And I saw it quite similar with Raya today, actually. Know when to go long, know when to go short. Southampton are very much like, we're playing it short. We are playing it short. We're going to play out from the back. And I understand why. And when it works, it looks really, really nice. I do understand that. But Aaron Ramsdale shown in his first game for them, we ain't got the minerals to play it short all the time. And sometimes it's good to knock it long. But he's obviously been restricted in that. Now, he didn't have a great performance between the sticks, but still, why are they trying to play out like that? We saw it with Burnley, and it's worrying. And then to get themselves, a red card as well. And also, Cameron Archer taking the penalty was fucking ridiculous because he's not taken a penalty for them before. But they've got Ben Brereton Diaz, who has scored 9 in 9, I think it was, who's not taken the penalty. And you're thinking, what's going on with these decisions? Why go on?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like, I've not seen the whole game or anything like that, so I've not seen a lot of the incidents. But I've seen clips of Southampton so far, and it just seems as though the manager's just saying, no, it's my way. This is what we're doing. I don't care. My way will work. And it's great to believe that. But look at Finney Company. It didn't work. I mean, to be fair, actually thinking about it, Russell might be managing Bayern Munich next season, so it could work.
Wow, that is very true. But I mean, in the same sense that didn't work for Company with the players that he had, Bournemouth. So with Raiola, like they've smashed that. They played such good football last season, especially. But this season they've started really well. Obviously, the Chelsea result was disappointing for him. But and the same with Emery. It was like, right, just stick with me. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to play my way, and it seems to be working for him.
Yeah, maybe it will come off.
I don't think it will. I don't think they've got the players.
You've got, no, but the difference you've got with, I mean, Villa more so than Bournemouth, but Bournemouth to a degree is you've got Premier League players there. Southampton don't have Premier League players.
No, just like Everton don't have a Premier League manager.
Well, they do, just probably not for long, unfortunately. I think the writing's on the wall. Yeah, I think that's, I mean, we're babbling a lot at the moment now, but I do think that's the sort of problem with it. You don't have the players for it. It's not going to work.
Yeah. The next game, Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Ipswich 0. Bit of a dull game. Nothing much really happened. Some good pieces to play. I think the Lat is going to be top quality for Ipswich this season.
Shrewd buy in that one.
Yeah, but other than that, not really much to say. So we can move on if you want.
I just want to say just quickly though, that's a really good point for Ipswich. First away point of the season against a very good Brighton team.
Yeah, was there a goal difference away from home?
I don't know, mate. Couldn't tell you.
Crystal Palace 2, Leicester City 2.
What a game! Let's just say that first.
Really, really good game. Yeah.
What a game.
So Jamie Vardy, mate, he scores goals like that all the time, doesn't he?
What a goal that was! And everyone said, "Oh, I didn't realise he was that quick." Of course he's quick. He was known for that pace. But obviously, as he's getting older, people are like, I don't know if he's still that quick anymore. He's that quick. He's ain't changing.
Very quick.
He is not changing that.
He fucking done Gray up like a right kipper, didn't he?
It was incredible. What a lovely finish. Round the keeper, straight in.
Mavidi's finish as well was top quality. It was quite difficult to kind of get, because he was sort of behind him, get that in. That was a nice little goal. Now, there's a bit of controversy here, isn't there, with the Mateta goal, which I know you've seen now.
Yes, I've watched this 5 minutes before recording, and I can't remember the exact words I used, but I was a bit outraged of where the fuck is this line been drawn from?
Yeah.
Like, it's literally, he's so far ahead of everyone. And it's just got, he's offside there, so let's move it to here. We do that. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, he's onside. All good, no worries. Where the fuck are the points coming from?
What, the
point of the line, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the angle was a bad angle to start off with. I've never really seen them, and I could be wrong here, but from memory, I don't really recall seeing many times that you've got the camera angle from like the back of from the back. It's normally in front, so then you really can clearly see when the player's kicking the ball and then where the striker. And then I've seen a few graphics on Twitter, which, we can all take that with a pinch of salt, or X, whatever it's called now. It's been X for like about 2 years and still nobody can get the hang of it. I don't really understand why. Anyway, they've sort of drawn the lines in white from where the grass is, where the cuts of the grass are. And it's saying that it's out of place and that it's offside.
Yeah,
Am I explaining things in a bit too much detail?
I don't know what you're explaining anymore. I think you're explaining the length of the grass or something. I'm not too sure. Was that offside? I genuinely don't know. Were the lines not the right distance apart? Like, did it go wider? I don't know. I genuinely have no idea.
The grass was too long, in my opinion. How are they meant to get through that?
Plot. Christ.
Yeah. But anyway, it felt for me like the lines were drawn not very well, and I would argue that it probably wasn't a goal. No. But anyway, it was, and let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And Mateta scored a penalty at the end as well. I thought Nketiah played very well, actually. I think him, Mateta, and Eza up front look pretty solid.
Yeah, could be a good addition.
No Elise, but
No, he's much better than Elise.
Yeah.
Gold machine, mate. He's sick in there. He'll get his head on it or his left nut or something. Who knows? It'll go in. Go in eventually. But really, really entertaining 2-2 draw.
Really entertaining 2-2 draw.
Really entertaining.
So we should move on to the West Ham Fulham game.
Yes, I'm very, very excited about the score line in particular on this one. And the time of the goal. Time of the equalising goal.
Yeah. Yeah, you predicted a 1-1 draw, didn't you? And that's what it came out as.
Correct.
Interesting for me that Fulham. I think Fulham have got so many Wolves players that I keep calling them Wolves, and I don't know why, because they've probably got more ex-Arsenal players. Anyway, Fulham dropped Rodrigo Muniz for Jimenez, which I thought was quite an interesting decision, because as we discussed last season, where the fuck did Fulham get their goals from? And then Jimenez scored.
That's probably where they get their goals from.
Yeah, it was a neat little finish as well. Yeah, okay.
It hadn't come up on Match of the Day on that one.
No, all right, fair enough.
I know my point was trying to do it, but yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Was a neat little finish. A nice little assist from ESR there. He started life at the Cottage very well so far.
We always knew he was going to be a good signing for them, though, didn't we? Obviously, as Arsenal fans, we know his quality. I think Fulham do play a good style of football. It's quite attacking. So for him, surely it ticks all the boxes. It makes sense to move there.
Yeah.
And obviously with the ex-Arsenal core as well, he's got players that he knows. He's played with for years as well there. Settled in quite easy.
Yeah. So you probably haven't seen it. So there was an incident just before the goal where, who was it? It was Adama Traore was in one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and Kilman's come in and pushed him over. And the referees kind of waved it on as no pen. And when I was watching Match of the Day, they were kind of agreeing, like, it's one of those where if he gave it, you wouldn't argue. If he didn't, then you wouldn't argue. Especially after the refereeing of the Arsenal match tonight, I reckon it was a pen. For me, that seemed like a real clear pen. Because he sort of pushed him in the back. He hasn't really got the ball. And I just think, I don't understand. At that point, when they were saying that, I thought, okay, yeah, I see your point. And then I'm like, no, I don't think I do. And now I don't really understand football anymore.
No, it's just, we say this every week, it feels like. It's just, there's no consistency to anything.
Yeah.
You genuinely think, like, common sense and logic would prevail, but it just doesn't anymore. Like, no ref sticks to what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Like I've heard about the Arsenal game obviously today, and there's like untold amount of yellows flying about everywhere. And
did you watch it?
I've missed the bloody games. I've put together a bloody pram. Honestly, I'm fuming. Putting together a pram and car seats and stuff. I know. I'm excited for that, but I missed the North London derby.
Yeah. We're better talking about it. But Bowen, to keep the ball in play and to get it out to Ings, who scored quite a neat finish, felt Leno let himself down a little bit. He probably should have done better there. But for Bowen to get that ball in was pretty sweet.
I saw Bowen's celebrations. I've caught that on a clip somewhere earlier. And
Yeah.
for me, he's Mr. West Ham now.
Without a doubt. Always has been, though.
Well, I mean, he's played for other teams, isn't he? So he's not like Mr. West Ham forever, not like Noble. But he's taken on that mantle since Rice left of captain, leader, and he's just embodies everything, doesn't he? He just fucking loves the place. You can tell he just every week he's on that pitch and he just loves it. So,
yeah, he does. Yeah.
So it's just quite exciting. It's just nice to see someone genuinely enjoy what they're doing at the club they're at.
Yeah. Okay, felt like a dig, but I'm assuming it wasn't.
No. Well, you always feel like I'm digging you out. It's nothing against you, bro.
That really sounded like. Yeah, it's nice to see that they're happy at a club.
No. Guilty conscience, perhaps.
Maybe. Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 1.
What happened to Liverpool? I mean, Luis Diaz hit the crossbar.
I think they hit the post twice.
I've only seen the one of Luis Diaz one.
Yeah, like, Luis Diaz did. I'm sure they hit the post twice. Yeah.
Forest had a game plan, didn't they? And it worked.
It did. They did, and it did, clearly. But felt like Liverpool had so many opportunities to score. They just couldn't get it was that final ball in. Trent misplaced a couple of passes, and I don't know if I've ever seen Trent misplace anything.
Liverpool just didn't click, did they? Nothing worked. And he obviously made the changes, and it just still didn't work.
But I don't want to take anything away from Forest because they were seriously good. But yeah, Liverpool just didn't. I don't know if Liverpool were bad or Forest were good, or maybe a bit of both, really. But yeah, I mean, well played. And Hudson-Odoi, that was a top quality goal.
I don't know how he got it. 'Cause it didn't look like it was at an awkward height or anything. That looked like a save that Alisson should make. But I think the whip on it and the curve and the bend just threw him. This is arguably the best goalie in the world. And he had no chance stopping that.
No, very good. Arnie Slot lost his first game, and they were at Anfield as well, which is a shame because he was going quite strong. I don't think there's anything to worry about for Liverpool. I think this sort of thing was kind of expected in the post-Klopp era. If anything, I think they've probably excelled. So wouldn't be worried too much. If I was them, I'd be disappointed, but not worried.
Did you hear him in the press conference after though? I quite liked it. It was like, yeah, we just weren't good enough. We couldn't do this right. We couldn't do that. I'm sure you said it a few weeks back. That's just the sort of attitude of the Dutch. They just say things how it is.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
The sort of culture, yeah. It was quite refreshing to hear it. There's no excuses, none of this shit of, the pitch was too long, it's too windy, it's too rainy, or whatever. It was we just couldn't get the ball in the net, basically. We did everything right most of the time. It just wasn't our day. It was just quite refreshing to hear it, really.
Yeah, I agree. Moving us on, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
So in the Friday episode, I said Vissa will score against Manchester City.
You did.
Now, Vissa scored against Manchester City. I predicted 3-1, but it was 2-1. It probably could have been 3-4, 5-6-1. But do I get anything for getting the goal scorer for Brentford right?
Actually, you do. No, you do. Congratulations. You get a round of applause, my friend. That's what you get, yeah.
I thought you might at least let me have half a point or something like that.
No chance. No
I deserve
chance.
It.
No. You deserve
but
nothing.
Yeah. Deserve it.
You deserve nothing.
Manchester City beat Brentford 2-1.
They did, and I was so excited. I thought Brentford might do something here.
Yeah, me too. They looked like they could. I think
they
was
were
Thomas
all
Frank.
over them for 15 minutes, mate.
Yeah, I know. But I think it was
over them.
Thomas Frank said that they played better than they did last season when they beat them in this game.
It's mental, isn't it?
Which is hard to argue really because they did play really, really well. They're not scared Brentford. You see Manchester City playing out from the back, the world's best at it, and they're going for a man for man. And as if you watched Match of the Day, you would have seen that then just left Pinnock and Haaland to battle it out. And it was kind of 50-50. But it was kind of 50-50 in terms of battles, because you're always going to go in. I mean, Haaland is big and strong, so he did sort of nudge his arse out at Pinnock and knocked him out of the way. And then when he's on goal, just what is going to happen is going to happen. He doesn't miss.
Yeah,
do you know, right? He could not score in the next 5 games, and he'd still average a goal a game.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? 9 goals, 4 games this season.
It's insane, mate.
I'm sure it's 70 goals in 69 games, or 69 goals in 68 Premier League games.
Yeah.
And no one seems to be batting an eyelid about this. People are, oh yes, Haaland. I'm like, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Like that performance, that stat, that's just insane.
Yeah.
And people just don't seem to really appreciate that.
What people are you
no,
talking
you just
to?
You think, oh, that's good. Like everyone, it's Haaland, you expect it.
Have you been talking to Maisie through Laura's stomach? She's going, yeah, but Dad, I mean, you just expect it. It's Haaland. And you're like, no, Maisie, you don't understand.
Don't get me wrong. Obviously, don't get me wrong. We know he gets plaudits and stuff, but I don't think people appreciate just how incredible that stat is, because you're used to Messi and Ronaldo doing a goal a game, things like that. But to do that in the Premier League, as literally a striker, nothing else. He doesn't do anything else. Very few contributions as assists or anything like that.
Do you know how many shots he's had this season?
Probably like 10.
20. He's had 20 shots this season, and he scored 9 times.
See, this is exactly what I mean. He's just so clinical, so lethal. He could break every record going in 4 or 5 years in the Prem.
This feels like Ben has just discovered Erling Haaland. You just sat there and you're like, you just sat there like, Erling Haaland is really good. Does anyone know?
No, we know he's good, but he just seems to have, like, he's had this summer off, and it's like he's just been on charge. He just had 2 months just on fast charge, and he's like, oh, I'm good to go now.
I feel like I need to let you in something, right? So I don't know if you're going to watch the Anthony Joshua Dubois fight on Saturday. But Anthony Joshua, he's really muscular. Like, he's big and muscly, yeah. And Ben, he can throw a really hard punch.
Such a twat. I know you know what I mean as well. You're just being a dick.
When you go out in the morning and it's still quite dark, that's because it's still dark, all right? Oh my God, I didn't realise how dark it was when the sun's not up.
No. So Aston Villa Everton then. That's the next game.
What a game! Happened again. It happened again.
Everton are so shit.
What is going on? So have you seen this one?
I've seen I've seen most of it, yeah. I've seen like the clips and shit of it.
Okay.
Everton look brilliant.
Mate, until what's the guy's name? Calvert-Lewin missed that.
Mate, why is he taking so long? Why was he taking so long to do that? And surely someone's calling, because I can't remember, was it Conser that came back and got it away, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Surely someone's shouting at him saying Conser's on, like man on or something. It's as though he just stopped, was like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking bum about, plenty of time. I've already done all the hard work now.
Do you know what? I think he had too much time, because if you look at his goal, it had to be like a quick bang. And he scored. So I think he had too much time. He didn't open his body up. I think if he'd have the way he kicked it, he's kind of kicked it onto his left, and but he hasn't really opened his body up. He's coming at it from straight on. Yeah. So I think he's trying to buy himself like a little touch so he can like knock it on and hit it. But he didn't have that much time, because Conser's quick, as we know.
Yeah, he's rapid.
And they fucked it. And then after that, Ollie Watkins then scores again. Because he got 2.
Mate, just on Watkins, he should have had 4 or 5 goals that game.
It's unreal how many chances
some absolute
he's wasted,
sitters. Yeah. And we're only 4 games in.
Yeah, that was his
first. Been very different.
First goals of the season, but I mean, Duran.
Yeah. What a finish! And did you see this week, actually? I saw somewhere, I think it was on Instagram, Villa turned down 40 offers for Duran in the summer.
Was it 40
offers, yeah, or 44 or something. That's nuts, isn't it?
That's crazy. That's crazy, yeah. And
I didn't even know who he was. I'm not going to lie. I just thought it was this guy that's going, yeah, because I'm going to join the Hammers. And obviously he's not. And now he's ripping it up for Villa instead.
Well, what did he score? He scored nine goals, I think it was, last season. And what's that? His third goal in 4 games. Yeah, I mean, but he's all off the bench as well, isn't he? He's so good coming off the bench. He's so clinical, such a good threat.
Pushing, and he's pushing for a starting berth. And arguably, you could probably play him and Watkins in the same team.
Well, that's the way things seem to be going, isn't it? You like with Crystal Palace, like talking about Mateta and Nketiah. Nketiah's been pushed out wide, but he's not a wide player. He's going to drift in. So I wonder if there's room for them to do that. And I know a couple of other teams have got the same sort of situation. So, yeah, I think they could work well together.
Yeah, it could be that sort of natural progression because everything happens like the 4-2-3-1 was big for ages. Now it's kind of a 4-3-3 or 4-3-2-1 situation. And then sometimes it could go back to an old school 4-4-2 or 4-3-1-2 perhaps, and, you know, have people sort of pushing in. You don't have people cutting in so much. You're sort of looking at more wingers at the moment, aren't we? Seems to be quite popular.
Yeah, I don't know because they did. To be fair to them, Duran did come on when Watkins was on, and actually Everton also had Beto on at the same time as Calvert-Lewin. So it is one of those things. But as for Everton, right, it was complete capitulation from them, and yet again. For one of the Watkins headed goal, it was one of those balls that comes in between the defender and the goalkeeper, and they don't know what to do with it. Yeah. Keane has to be better in that. Has to be better in that challenge to get that ball away. But Watkins is taller than him. Watkins wants it more, and he heads the ball into the back of the net. So we've spoken about it countless times that I'm sure that Pickford and his defenders know that this is a problem. And yet they're still making the same mistake time after time.
Yeah, you've got to. I mean, you picked it up. Was it last week or the week before? I'm sure it's last week. And you're right. Like you're bang on the money. But it's funny you mentioned Keane and Watkins. I picked out the same thing, but for the second Watkins goal, that tap in, because Keane was nowhere near him until the last minute. He just was not tracking him whatsoever, and let Watkins go and have 2-3 yards of space. Why? Why are you doing that? You know how good Watkins is. I know his movement is incredible and it's hard to track. You just got to look over your shoulder like that. He didn't do that until they whipped the ball across, and then he looked and was like, "Shit, I better go in."
Yeah, that is the problem.
Pickford's got to be screaming, saying, "Look, come left, or right, or whatever. Come that way. Watch him, track him. Nothing."
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. Don't get me wrong. I know how hard it is to defend balls like that coming in. It's really difficult because you've got to be aware of where the ball's coming in, where your goalkeeper is, where this attacker is. Watkins isn't small and he is a good attacker, but seriously, it's happening every week. That it needs to change, and to lose from 2-0 up again for the second week in a row.
Bad.
Serious questions are going to have to be asked of that team. Especially the way they're defending.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the next game?
Yeah, just Everton are in some serious trouble.
I think they're going down.
Put themselves out because they play good football, but only for 20-minute spells. They can't do it for a whole half or a whole game.
I agree.
I think I predicted them going down this season. I can't remember what we put. We put it somewhere.
Yeah, I think you put Ipswich safe, Everton down. I mean, again, at the end of match of day, there was a graphic that showed that the bottom, the 3 clubs that came up, so Leicester, Ipswich and Southampton, have got a collective tally of 4 points, I think it is, 2 for Leicester, 2 for Ipswich. And then last season, at the same point, it was actually only 1 point from the 3 clubs that came up. But that's the lowest ever after this amount of games, after 4 games, that those clubs that have come up have conceded that. Sorry, got that many points. So the gulf is huge. But Everton, nil points. Wolves, 1 point. It's it's not looking good for them.
It could be a very low-scoring season for half the table and a very high-scoring season for the other half. We could generally have a massive gulf in the sort of chunks of the table.
But also, when you look at the likes of Ipswich and Leicester, like they're actually bringing something. Like the quality's not quite there, but like Ipswich with Hutchinson and Delap, I mean, they've got some really good players. With Everton, Harrison, I don't know who else have they got that you think is top quality?
No one really.
I can't really think of anyone. Maybe Calvert-Lewin, maybe.
No, because he only does it for 8 games a season. He's out, isn't he? That's the problem.
Yeah, injury prone. Yeah. Anyway, should we move on to the Bournemouth-Chelsea game?
Bournemouth-Chelsea. Sancho's debut. Off the bench,
he came on 46th.
I thought he played well from what I've caught of him. Good assist. And Nkunku, what a run.
Yeah, he's very good at that.
People. Yeah. He just made it look so easy.
Yeah.
They look so simple. But Bournemouth, as you said earlier, singing their praises, they played really well.
I think they hit the post twice. Tavernier. Oh, what a shot.
Oh, mate.
One of the best non-goals ever. Unreal. Clivert done very well as well. Semenyo played well. Sinistero when he came on. Evan Nilsson obviously missed the penalty.
What did you make of his run-up? Because I've heard a few people slate this run-up. I didn't really see the problem myself. It was unusual having his back and then turning and sort of going, but didn't really see the problem that much.
I don't think I really paid any attention to his run-up, to be honest. I don't remember it.
No, obviously, it wasn't that weird if you don't sort of pick up on it. And yeah, I saw someone slating it. I don't know that run-up. I was like, who cares?
Oh,
it wasn't. I don't think it was the best pen either. It wasn't in the corner.
Oh, it's
good save.
Really good strong hand.
Save. Yeah, but it wasn't quite in the corner. So if you go the right way, generally a good goalie saves it.
Yeah.
Good goalies save pens.
Mate, Jack saved the penalty.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, man. Jackie boy.
Yeah. Well played, man. But yeah, you saved the penalty as well. Gave it away and then rectified yourself. I might add.
I'm just clarifying that was not a pen. No way did I. It was. I didn't handle it outside the box. I'm not having it. Punched it way before it went out, and then because I was still sliding, he's like, "No." I was like, "No, I didn't." Mate. Whatever. So Chelsea got a goal though. Late winner. Good assist from Sancho. Good goal from Nkunku. If you look at their team, they have got a good team, and when it works, it could be really exciting. I think Maresca's doing a good job. Dare I say it?
Yeah, eighth in the league. 1-2, drawn 1, lost 1. Not too bad. Not too bad of a start. I can't remember who was their first game that they lost.
Brand new manager, you've got to bear in mind. With the biggest squad in football.
Yeah, unreal. Yeah, I think they're doing all right. I think Chelsea will be all right. I think they'll get into Europe this season. They'll be pushing for the top 4. Yeah, I don't see any issues with them really.
Good 1-0 win away from home. They'll take that.
Now, can we do it? Can we talk about it? Can we do it?
Take it away, because I haven't seen it.
Oh my God,
you need to tell me all about it, Will, from the top.
It was unbelievable when the referee blew the whistle for the final time. It was a bit tense, a bit nervy, very, it's sort of the first half was very sort of up and down, like Tottenham had 2 really good opportunities at the start of the game. David Raya made 2 top quality saves in that first sort of 20 minutes, I think it was. And then, as it does in football, the tide turned, and then Arsenal were attacking, and Vicario made a couple of good saves. We did miss one as well, and then sort of listening to the commentary and sort of watching Vicario, Gary Neville was bang on. You put that ball near Vicario, and he's flapping. He was flapping.
Really?
But for some reason, Arsenal didn't notice it, and we kept playing like the short, or we were going really long with the corners. And Arsenal set pieces for corner play is fucking outstanding.
That's unusual. We've not clocked onto that.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I thought that. But it could have just been about our timing, because in the 64th minute, banged it straight into sort of like the penalty spot. Gabriel Margalez, boom, headed it back of the net. Mate, I screamed so much. It was just like a huge, like, because it's really on a knife edge. It could have gone either way. And I was a bit worried, without Odegaard, without Rice. Jorginho put a shift in, but he did really well. Bentancur did very, very well because there was a bit of a worry that he had Maddison and Kulusevski either side. Obviously, they're going to be bombing forward, so Bentancur's kind of left on his own, but he played very, very well. Johnson, I thought, had a good game. Solanke, mate, he was a bit of a machine, especially in that first half. Played very, very well. Yeah, played really well. Defensively, Tottenham were on it. Romero and Van der Ven, mate. I don't know if you know this, but he is quick.
He's so rapid, and he's annoyingly such a good player as well.
Very good.
It's a great buy from Spurs, wasn't it? Last season.
Great. Really good. Havertz put the ball in, and he's up against Martinelli. He made Martinelli look slow.
Mental, isn't it?
Arsenal's defence, though. I mean, Timber. I've seen arguments on X that probably could have got a
what's this
red
red card shout all about? Talk me through this.
So I'd say he got a yellow card. It probably was a yellow card, and Spurs fans are probably saying, "Oh God, it was definitely." It's one of those where he put his foot on top of the ball, but his foot's rolled over the ball and hit the player's Romero's ankle. So it looks worse than it is. There's no intention there, but probably a yellow card because he has gone over the ball, right? I'll sort of say that, but then, me earlier on another day, another ref, it might not have been given, but probably right. So then there's another tussle. And the referee was dishing yellow cards out, especially in that first half. Seven yellow cards in the first half. 4 of them was for Tottenham. It was unreal, dishing them out. Then there was I can't remember what happened, but there was a bit of it might have been, well, I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was that one where he went over the ball. And then after that, there was a bit of a scuffle. Vicario's come up to him and started pointing at him. And then Timber's grabbed Vicario by his shirt like that, so he's got him like that, like what? So that people are arguing that that's probably another yellow card there because Vicario got a yellow card for going up to Timber and starting something, and Timber's got him by like the scruff of the neck.
Oh, okay.
So you could kind of see it.
That's a double yellow.
Could have been,
Yeah.
especially with the way the yellow cards have been flying, but it wasn't. It was a yellow for the tackle, fine. And then there was another one where he had his arm sort of all over a player. But it was one of those. It's a North London derby. Like, I don't know if the referee just felt
go a bit more, didn't he? Normally, in the big clashes and stuff, you let it slide.
Tend to. So yeah, I mean, I could see it for and against. I mean, William Saliba held onto the ball a little bit too long, got a yellow card for time waste, and you're thinking, fuck it, we learned nothing from Rice. So yeah, I mean, there was several sort of things happening within the game like that. But yeah, overall, it was a very good game for me because Arsenal won and North London is red, and we are second in the table, and Tottenham are in a lowly, what is it? Is it 13th? Do I remember rightly? Is it 13th?
I don't know.
13th place with 4 points. 1-1, drawn 1, lost 2 now.
It's a good day.
Yeah. The only thing is, well, we got Atalanta on Wednesday, I think it is, and then City on Sunday at 4:30.
Yeah, 3 difficult away games, but 1 out of 3. Here we go.
Yeah, 1 down, 2 to go. But it's season. We have to play these teams. Doesn't matter what order we do them in. We just bring them. Just next.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, Captain Odegaard will be back. Captain Rice will be back. All will be well. But I have to say, Jorginho was very, very good today. Captain the team, led by example.
Oh, he captained today. I was going to ask who was captain. Nice.
Yeah.
Well done, Jorginho. Massive shout out. I'm sure who's listening. So massive shout out, mate.
It's it. And then I didn't get to see all of the Newcastle Wolves game. Newcastle won that 2-1. Was that the Molineux? I saw the first goal, Lamina. That was a nice little goal. That. Did you get to see that, or was you still building something?
No.
And then Shah, assist from Gomares. And now we've got a choice to make, Benjamin. We have got a choice to make because I know you have seen the Harvey Barnes goal.
Right, that's undoubted. That's goal of the week.
You got Harvey Barnes and not Duran.
Gotta be. Yeah, I'm sorry, it was further out, and that was a wallet. Yeah, for me, Harvey Barnes. I think you get the overarching call this week, but for me, it's Harvey Barnes, man.
I don't know now because I was sort of thinking it was Duran still.
As I said, it's your call this week. I'm sure I did last week, so
I think
this is down to you.
right. So I think I'm just gonna go on my own personal opinion and the technique. Right, Harvey Barnes, the ball sort of coming. He's sort of taking the ball and he's able to hit it and lift it round. I'm not saying it's easy.
He's also gone round players to get that. He's gone past the player, then round to get the space.
Yeah, no,
Just
I
wanna
agree.
add that in before.
Yeah, I agree. I'm talking it through now, Ben. I'm not making a decision.
Just
I'm talking
making
it through,
sure.
right?
Just making sure.
Okay, so he's taking it around someone, but he's created the angle, which is top quality, to get the whip round and get it in that top corner, right? Which I think, and now you could crucify me if you want, but I think is slightly easier than the way Duran got the ball and then had to whack it and get it top corner. I think the technique is harder for Duran to get than Harvey Barnes. So that's
Coming
my thought.
from the elite fucking striker from this week.
That's
Okay.
my opinion. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm happy for you to correct me on technique if you want to. Bearing in mind, I've seen you
Mate,
kick a ball.
I can't. It's, let me say, I'm not the expert in this department, my friend. This is not me.
If Barnes had toe punted it, you'd have gone, "That's a bit of me."
That's a bit of me. I understand what it's done. It's either toe punt or inside of the right foot only.
Yeah. Which is ironically how you do keepy uppies.
It's just all I can control it with, yeah.
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 I think I'm going to go Duran.
Okay, there we go. There you go. You missed your away days goal of the week, John Duran.
I think I'm going to get crucified for that, but let's see. I'm happy to be crucified. It's not for the first time. I was going to ask you for an update on your bleep test.
So I was planning to do it. I was planning to do it last weekend. Couldn't do it. Haven't managed to do it this week. It is coming. It is late, but yeah, it is coming.
I have to be there.
Well, yeah, you've got to video it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will be done. It might not be for a little while, but I'll try and do it as soon as I can. But I will be doing it. Don't worry.
Because
I'm holding a plug for some reason. I just found it on my desk.
Okay. Yeah. Because I just wanted to say that Couch to Coached, the guys there have done their challenge. They've done their Keepy Uppy challenge. So
They have. They've done very well as well. So lads, if you're listening, well done. Ben, I must admit, yours was done with a deflated kid's ball. Arguably could be easier.
Oh,
just saying.
Oh,
Rob,
okay.
Fair play. That was a good one.
Okay. So who got the most? Did Ben get the most?
I think Ben got a few more, yeah.
But you're saying under controversial
Not
circumstances.
controversial, just saying it could be deemed advantageous. That's all I'm going to say on it. Could be deemed advantageous.
Oh, okay.
But fair play, they did really well. They did better than what we do, which is annoying because they're a running podcast aware of football. But yeah. What if we did, for me as a challenge, of instead of keepy uppies, how many can I catch? And you just throw it underarm to me.
I think that would be the lamest video there has ever been.
I reckon I could do well. I reckon I'd get 20, 25.
Okay, well done.
Yeah.
I feel like Couch to Coach have got a right to respond, so feel free to check in with us on Messenger. Give us your thoughts and opinions on what Ben has controversially just said, aimed at you, and I look forward to talking with you on your podcast about what Ben has just said. Ben said it.
There you go. Cheers, guys.
We done for the day?
I think so.
Was that you ending it, by the way?
That was me ending, yeah. But you're still going.
She said, cheers, guys. And then sat there like a newsreader, like shuffling his paper.
We're done. It's done. Do you want to just end it so we can chop it out, yeah?
Bye.